Well, I'm extremely proud of both of those different identities that make up me. And I'm grateful as well to have been given a platform to work extremely hard over the last 6 months with IOC members to really, as you said, make sure that they know who I am and what values I hold dearly. And it wasn't just about being a woman or being from Africa. I'm so grateful that the members saw more than just gender or where I come from. In terms of the significance of being the first woman, being the first African, I have to say that there have been incredible women that have come before me. One of them sitting in the room today, which I might get a little emotional about, with Anita de France, a huge inspiration to me and to many women. And I was just really proud that I could make her proud. She was the first woman to run for this position. And like I said, she inspired me. She's been a huge mentor of mine since I came into the movement in 2013. And yeah, it is significant. I think it will take a little bit of time to truly set in. But women like her paved the way for women like me, and I want to pave the way for younger generation, especially because I have 2 young daughters. When it comes to anti-doping and being a former Olympian, no, not former, an Olympian and a former athlete, it's incredibly important, and everyone should be held to the exact same standards. Our athletes are held to the same standards, and the entire movement around them should be held to the same standards. That's something that I will not waver from. It's very important for me that that happens. And we may have a bit of work to do to make sure that that actually is put into place. But one of the congratulations that I received was from the WADA president and vice president and director general, and we'll have a strong working relationship. And when it comes to the USA and LA, I have been dealing with, let's say, difficult men in high positions since I was 20 years old. And first and foremost, what I have learned is that communication will be key. That is something that will happen early on. And my firm belief is that President Trump is a huge lover of sports. He will want these games to be significant. He will want them to be a success. And we will not waver from our values and our values of solidarity and ensuring every athlete that qualifies for the Olympic Games has the possibility to attend the Olympic Games and be safe during the Olympic Games. I have answered the question many times in the last few months, but my stance is that we will protect the female category and female athletes. I want to work together with the international federations. I want the IOC to take a little bit more of a leading role, and we're going to do that by setting up a workforce, a task force that will look and analyze everything. We don't need to redo the work. The IFs have done the work, but we are going to bring everyone together, sit down, and have a little bit more unity in the discussion. I think there's a number of different challenges that we're going to face as the Olympic movement, and we're going to tackle those together. So in terms of Donald Trump, again, it's going to take communication. As I just said, we're going to create a task force that's going to look at the transgender issue and the protection of the female category. And once we've made the decision collectively as the IOC with the international federations, that decision will be made very clear, and we won't move from that decision. you know, I believe at the end of the day we need to do anything and everything to protect and support athletes from all conflict areas. We have numerous conflicts and a number of them happening on my continent. So again, we need to sit down as the Olympic movement and have a very serious conversation around how are we going to deal with more and more conflicts, and how are we going to protect and support athletes that are coming from these conflict areas. You know, first and foremost, I think Dakar 2026 is, as they have said, going to be welcoming the world. I have been chairing that commission for the last few years, and I'm really proud and excited of the work that they're doing, and I know it's going to be an incredible time for the world to see who we are as Africans and what we mean and what we stand for, and how we are willing to embrace everyone. And in terms of the work, there's always work that we need to do. But this allows, this honor that I've been given to serve our movement is going to allow for us to have a greater reach into new regions, but also to shine a light onto new regions. And this is part of the uniqueness of the Olympic movement, the diversity that we all have. And I truly believe that this decision today is showing that universality and that globalness of our movement.